Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy episode Escaping the Lost Galaxy. So the Rangers have been in the Lost Galaxy for quite a while now, and they have discovered that Captain Mutiny is a really bad monster who enslave aliens that get stuck there in the Lost Galaxy. Now, it's never explained truly how people get like trapped in the Lost Galaxy because there don't appear to be no wormhole that just pops in and pops out. And I doubt people get their hands on the Galaxy book because if they did, then they'll be stuck in the Lost Galaxy and stuff. So sadly, that's never really explained. And oh, by the way, this is a Mike Magna Defender solo focus episode. I was thinking about what type of Mike episode should I do? Should I do it when he gets his powers? But I'm like, no, that's more of a Leo episode because Leo's having doubts because he was not the one who pulled the Quasar Saber, but Mike was. And so I was thinking maybe that Hexabot episode, but I'm like, nah, the Stolen Beauty thing's more of a Trakina type thing. But it does bring in the return of Bulk and everything for like one episode. I truly think Bulk is probably in maybe two, three, maybe four episodes at most. And then I was thinking to myself, I probably should do the one that's Mike's most like heroic episode, his sacrifice and everything. And so that's why I decided to do this episode. And this is a really cool episode because one, they get to escape the Lost Galaxy. Mike has an extremely huge like heroic mode. And not only that, but they free slaves and everything. I mean, how great is that? And I still can't believe they had slavery in a Power Rangers series. This is supposed to be a kid series, And that just proves that, Power Rangers is willing to go that extra mile, but still keep it somewhat on a kid's level. But it's still depressing, nevertheless, when you watch their depiction of slavery and stuff, And so with this episode, it starts off with the Rangers fighting. I actually don't know the henchmen names in this, and I forget the lieutenant's name. I think it's Clobber Axe or something like that. And so the Rangers and the Magna Defender, they're fighting off like the hench people and stuff like that, while the hench people on Terra Venture trying to collect more slaves, and they do. And so when they escape, Mike saw like, we have to find a way to free these slaves and everything. And, I have to say, thank God the people of Power Rangers decided to go with their own villains in this series and their own hench people, their foot soldiers. Because the foot soldiers, Lord Jesus, the ones they used in the Sentai for this, boy, let me tell you how silly they look. Stingwingers are amazing. See, I love it when they go that extra mile to create their own, hench people as well. And it's really something truly amazing. And it's something that a lot of the Nickelodeon seasons are lacking. So the Rangers are trying to figure out a way, how they're gonna free the slaves and everything. And Maya's like, we have to like free them. I do wonder on Miranoi if they ever had slavery in their past and stuff. You gotta remember, Maya's a fish out of water. She's never left Miranoi. Aliens don't come and visit her planet. They live in the jungle world and everything. And, she's been introduced not only to Terra Venture out into space, but tons of alien monsters and now the Lost Galaxy of all things. Now, originally, the writers wanted to have Miranoi in the Lost Galaxy, but they decided not to. And I'm kind of glad they didn't and everything. But as you can tell, Miranoi is not that far from where the wormhole was when they opened it from the Lost Galaxy and stuff. And so Mike saw Captain Mutiny and his people, they know what y'all look like, but he don't know what I look like, And so he's gonna infiltrate the slavery camp and stuff, and try to free the slaves that way. Of course, Leo doesn't want him to do it. He don't want nothing to happen to his brother. You gotta understand that. But it's cool how Mike is willing to sacrifice his freedom and everything just to like free a bunch of aliens he's never met, and of course the people from Terra Venture who are from Earth. And so like when the hench people like break into like a building and start like collecting people, he gets among them. And when he is on the alien planet being a slave, it's like a chain gang type thing where he's shackled to like another person, a woman. And one thing that's never truly explained about this is the aliens that get trapped in the Lost Galaxy that are slaves, they look exactly like humans. There is no type of alien nothing to distinguish them from like humans. So it's a little upsetting and everything. Because it's kind of like, it would be nice to have like an alien motif. Just a nose ridge or like a forehead ridge, something with the ears, like in Star Trek, would be nice. But they don't do that. And a lot of these people are older and everything. And basically what Captain Mutiny has is he has them like dig holes and stuff and look for jewels. And those that don't collect enough, they're going to get punished and stuff. And this old man is literally about to get like punished and stuff if he doesn't find any more. Then the old man sees a man who's slightly younger who's about to get punished for not finding that many jewels. And it's like true slavery. You don't do what they say, you're gonna get it and stuff. And I'm glad they was depicted that. So what Mike does is that when he's passing by the old man, he takes all his jewels and put in that guy's bucket, filling it up. Now, the woman he's shackled to, that old man is her grandfather. When Mike is trying to befriend her by giving her water and stuff, she doesn't want it because she doesn't want pity. She's a very strong woman and stuff. And so when she sees Mike does this act of kindness, it changes her and everything. And so when the general dude sees Mike has like no jewels whatsoever, he's about to punish him right then and right there until the girl stops him and tells him that, he's new and he's going to have to work harder. Then she tells all the new slaves, you all need to work harder for Captain Mutiny. This impresses like the general dude and he like leaves them be. And so she tells on why she did that, and because, like it's her grandfather and stuff. So over in Terra Venture, we see Kai and we see Leo, and Kai is desperately trying to find a way out the Lost Galaxy by looking through the Galaxy book. And he wishes Kendricks, or Leo wishes Kendricks were there because she knew a lot what to do. And so Kai starts reading the chant that Deviant did. Now Deviant is in the Lost Galaxy. He has aligned himself with Captain Mutiny. So he starts to read it and nothing happens. And he doesn't know how to reverse the spell until Leo said, why not just say the words backwards? So they write the words and everything. They do it backwards. And they start chanting. Now, I don't know how in the world they're able to read from that book because it's supposed to be in an alien language. So, yeah, whatever. Just have to roll with it, So Kai starts to read a little bit from it, and then things start shaking. Leo gets scared and makes him read the rest. And then so he reads the rest, and boom, the portal opens. And Captain Mitchell, no, I don't think his name is Mitchell. The captain dude from Terra Venture, he tells them, use all the fuel we got and like head for the wormhole. Which technically, I thought they ran out of fuel and they were just drifting and stuff until the whole Lost Galaxy thing showed up. Maybe they found like an alternative fuel source. Who knows, And so you think at this point in time, the Rangers, or at least Alpha, will contact Mike and be like, hey, man, the portal's open. You kind of want to hurry up, or maybe we should show up and help you. But they don't do that. Instead, Mike, when he's on the chain gang and everything, he like hides, and then the old man sees that, so he makes a diversion so Mike and his daughter or granddaughter can hide. So when that happens, he uses his communicator in front of, well, he uses his morpher in front of the woman and tells her, like, he contacts Leo then and tells him to get ready. I don't understand why Leo hasn't contacted him yet. Maybe because Mike's undercover and he didn't want to blow his cover. That's probably why. So, anyways, um, Terra Venture's heading there, but Captain Mutiny's alerted it, so he sends his flying like lizard ship thingy, whatever it called. It was as a castle. I think the lizard got destroyed or something like that. But he sends his castle to go through the Lost Galaxy hole as well. And so Mike and the lady, she's hoping to free her grandfather and stuff. Then they free the rest of the slaves. But here comes the dude with the axe. And so Mike, he tells the woman and her grandfather to go and he'll be there as soon as he can. But, they just stand there. And so he has to do what he has to do. And so he morphs in front of them. And then so as he's whooping on the axe dude, he tells them to go and everything. And so at this point in time, the Astro Mega Ship is heading down to the planet. Boy, I swear, that thing sure came in handy this season and stuff. And so, I don't know where Alpha is. That dude barely shows up in this entire series. So anyway, the Astro Mega Ship is on the planet, and all the slaves are going there, and so the girl, her grandfather goes there, and then she starts looking everywhere, and then she heads to the bridge of the Astro Mega Ship from the storage place, and she's all like, "Where's Mike?" And Leo's like, "Crap." Because he thought he was on the ship and everything, but no, Mike is doing his best to defeat that dude, and he's giving him a great butt whooping and stuff. And because it's literally gonna be his last battle and stuff, and he's doing everything he can, and to stop that dude. And then Captain Mutiny, he's trying to shoot the Astro Mega Ship, but then Mike stops him before he does that. And so, this dude got DBI, Captain Mutiny, and the Axe dude to take on. But the Axe dude's taken down. So Captain Mutiny shoots Mike and he demorphs and everything. So Captain Mutiny, like I said before, is heading to the Astro Mega Ship to try to stop Terra Venture. So at this point in time, Mike is he's a little unconscious, but he wakes up. How? Because the Magna Defender, the ghost of the original Magna Defender, talks to him and tells Mike that you have to wake up because your greatest mission is ahead and everything. And it's when I was watching it, it's when I was young, I'm just what is he talking about? What's gonna happen and everything? And so next thing you know, it's getting really intense and everything, and so the Terra Venture is trying his best to get to the wormhole, but there's a problem. Captain Mutiny's on their tail, but the wormhole is getting smaller. Next thing you know, you see the Toro Megazord, and he just flies to the wormhole, and Leo's screaming, telling Mike, "No, don't do it," and everything, but Mike does it anyway. So what does he do? He holds open the wormhole and everything. It's a great visual. Thank you, Mr. Knights of Tyranno. If you did not get canceled after one season, this show would not have the budget to do what they did for the CGI. And even though I like the show, Mr. Knights of Tyranno, your sacrifice was much needed and stuff. And so he holds it open as hard as he can, and then boom! The wormhole crushes the Toro Megazord, and it just goes into a million pieces, and Leo is devastated. But I think it's Corone or somebody like that tells Leo they have to hurry. So, they go inside Terra Venture in the little docking area, and then Terra Venture is able to make it. But then in comes Captain Mutiny, and he's all like, "Oh, a new galaxy, I'll conquer that too," and everything. Well, little does he know, Trakena's, she ain't having that crap. She takes her ship and she crunches down on his ship and everything, talking about she's gonna be the only ruler of the galaxy and everything. Boy, she is not playing around, and she destroys his entire ship along with him. And you gotta give it up to her, man. She killed, like, the Sentai main boss. And while Deviot's still on there, yeah, eventually he will make his way to Trakeena's ship and everything. So Leo, he's in his jet jammer and he's looking for Mike and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, where he can't be there. The dude got blown up. He have to remember something. Poor Torozor, man. He's not an organic sentient turn into an Zord android type thing like the Galacta Beast, but he is sentient enough to realize things and not want to fight the laws like Galacta Beast and stuff. And he's dead. That Zord is gone. He has some sentient being to him. But luckily, Leo is able to find Mike. Now, this is the thing I have a problem with. Okay. You know anything about outer space, you know a couple of things. One, it's pretty cold. You ain't near the sun, it's really cold. And if you are near the sun, you're gonna burn or blow up. Not only that, but there is tons of debris out in space space that can like hit your body. And so there's tiny little rocks, there are gases, there's all kind of like shrapnel type stuff. So anything can smack you, hit you, kill you, puncture you, anything. Not only that, but it's so cold you will freeze to death and turn to ice. Not only that, but there's no air in outer space. So technically he should be dead on arrival and everything. Cause he's been floating around there for a good while and stuff. There's no force field around him. There's no nothing. So how is he able to survive that? But gotta use your imagination. And so they make it back to the Astro Mega ship. And Leo discovers that his morpher is completely fried and everything. And so as he's there on his medical bed, the slave girl tells him thank you for, sacrificing yourself and doing what you had to do. Now, it's never explained what happens to the slaves after this. I'm assuming they become part of Terra Venture and stuff in the community. It's hard to tell them apart because they look human. And, then Mike sees the spirit of the Magnet Defender again. And a touching moment. The original grumpy Magnet Defender tells Mike, thank you. You have honored my legacy and everything. And Mike just looks down at his fried morpher and just looks up with knowing he did a great thing. And that's what makes him such a great hero, because he was destined to be the Red Ranger and he was unable to because he fell in that hole and stuff. And it was great they brought him back as the Magnet Defender. Now, I can't remember if the morphing grid in the Nickelodeon season, if it restored the Magnet Defender powers or not. I can't remember from that legendary battle and stuff. Because you gotta think about it, Mike's powers, the Magnet Defender, is he a Power Ranger or is he not? That's one of the most confusing things of them all. We know he's an ally, but is he an additional Ranger? Is he technically a Black Ranger and stuff? Because the Magnet Defender is hard to tell. Like, is that a suit he's wearing or is that his actual organic skin and everything? It's never really explained because his son looks just like him and stuff and he has a Zord. So it's never truly explained. And so but now when we get into the Disney era, they have things known as Night Rangers and stuff, and so they're like these knights. And I remember in Mystic Force they had those and stuff, and they look very reminiscent to that of like the Magnet Defender. They have a Power Ranger aesthetic to them and everything. They have Zord, sometimes they have capes. So I'm thinking he might be a Ranger Knight. Not a Night Ranger, but like a Ranger Knight. But it's never explained as an actual man under the original Magnet Defender. But all in all, this was a really great, noble, brave, episode. And then, of course, after this episode came the finale, the 3-part finale. And that was epic in itself. And it deserves videos in itself. So once I do the solo original Grumpy Madden Defender, and I do the pilot episode and the finale. Then I'll do a rundown of why all of a sudden out of all the Power Rangers shows I decided to do this one because it's my favorite one, and a little rundown review. And then at some point I will do rundown reviews of the other seasons and stuff like that. And like I said before, it's just gonna take me a while because I got other stuff to do. And plus this is a very tricky time now, because I have a month to watch of Disney Plus and HBO Max before this month is over with, and then I have 3 months free of Apple Plus if you sign up now and subscribe. But this is a tricky month because next month is Halloween, and you know how I am around Halloween. I do all the Halloween type stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pause my videos after a good while because I gotta really finish HBO and Disney Plus stuff. But I'm gonna get them again in the future. Well, if HBO Max is still around, because you know Titans is coming out in like I think November, and some other stuff I want to watch on Disney Plus is coming out later this year. So even if I don't get to finish those things, at least you know I'll have more time later. Well, depending on HBO Max, that is, you know. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.